Hello everyone, my name is Stevie Warren, the product owner and team leader for Zaxxatron Escape the Arcade, a retro gaming themed escape room inspired puzzle game. As always, our goal with this project is to create a complex puzzle game that virtually anyone could enjoy. The user will get to flex their thinking skills to meet the challenges presented by the game, but shouldn't get too frustrated by it. At this stage in our project, the changes made to our product backlog highlight our focus on making sure our game is a cohesive product. We want to make sure our puzzles connect smoothly and that the main features of the game work as intended so that the user can have a positive and rewarding experience. As such, we focused on making sure the logic and functionality for all puzzles was complete and that they could be implemented effectively.
Hi, I'm Meredith. I'm the Scrum Master for our team. So one of my jobs is keeping track of our sprint progress. We use a Trello board to track the current sprint, the things we need to do still, and the things we have done. So for us, this presentation marks the end of Sprint 3 and the beginning of Sprint 4, though it should be noted that we started on Sprint 0, so these are our 4th and 5th sprints. During Sprint 3, we focused mainly on finishing all of the logic behind our puzzles and started on integrating the simpler puzzles into our main screen. During the next sprint, we plan on integrating the rest of the basic features and incorporating a start menu, which will put us at a basic working demo of the game. After that, we'll mostly be focused on playtesting to work out bugs and just other general finishing touches. So yeah, you can see it's coming along well.
My name is Lisa Zhang and I'm a part of the dev team, and I will be talking about the challenges that my team faced. And our first challenge was GitHub. We were having continued problems with pulling and committing, and our solution to that is just to continue to look up how to use GitHub and to make sure that we share any new information or any solutions that we find with each other. Our second challenge was obviously the switch to online courses. We weren't allowed to have in-person meetings, and it made it a lot more difficult to collaborate and to discuss any challenges that we faced with each other. And the solution to that is just to keep each other up to date through text and to make sure that we arrange meetings through Google Hangouts instead. Our third challenge was just integrating all of our individual pieces of code. We were all working on different parts of our code, and we all had different versions, our different branches on GitHub as well. And our solution to that is just, as of now, we're just focusing on our own individual code. And then in the future, we plan to pool all of our code into one main screen and then push that to the master branch.
Hi, this is Meredith again. So my main project here has been building this screen that you see right here. I've designed a mock-up of it at first after we decided all the puzzles that we wanted to do, and then I implemented it using Scene Builder, and then obviously got it into NetBeans here. It has some basic functionality, such as when you type in cipher here and hit enter, then it changes to correct. I've also got these drop-down menus over here for the RGB color puzzle that work with the padlock here. And I did those using observable array lists, which you can see here in the document controller right here. And then I've also been working on visibility, so it's not implemented yet because we need to get all the puzzles together. But when once we get everything loaded here, the only thing that's going to show up is this puzzle at first, and then one by one the rest of the puzzles will appear. And then in the future I'm going to be working on a cipher. So yeah, that has been my contribution to this project so far.
This is Lisa Zhang, and I'm going to be demoing what I worked on. So what I worked on was the prime number puzzle right here. And basically you're supposed to enter a number that is prime, but the user does not know it's prime, so they'll want to enter a random number. So I'll say 4. So it says incorrect, try again. So I'll enter a prime number this time, so 7. And then the check mark comes up and it says 2-digit number, so 13. So 3-digit number, so let's just say 144. It says incorrect, try again. And 157. And then I get another check mark here, and then a 4-digit number, which is There we go. So, and then since I entered 4, there's a fourth check mark that shows up. And then once that fourth check mark shows up, a letter shows up on the K map, which is what I also worked on. So I will show you it again. So before there was no letter there, and now if I go through the puzzle again, and once I get to the fourth check mark, and it also says done here, a letter will show up here for our K map, and that's another puzzle. And this also works with this puzzle right here. So if you type in cipher, another letter shows up on the map, and then the other letters and this number here corresponds with the other codes. So whenever those get implemented, whenever those are like done, then another coordinate or letter number shows up here.
I'm Jacob. I was a part of the development team and I worked on the padlock puzzle. The padlock puzzle shows 5 text boxes with arrows above and below. When the user clicks on these arrows, it allows them to scroll through certain inputs for the user to guess for the padlock puzzle. Once the user believes they have the correct input, they click the submit button. If they do not get it correct, nothing will change on the screen. However, once they do get the correct, there will be something that pops up telling them that it is correct, and they can move on to the next thing.
Stevie here again. I worked on implementing the keyboard puzzle. It is almost completely implemented. Each time the user supplies a text-based input, the game compares that input with an answer key. If any of the letters from the input match a letter from the answer key, an associated rectangle changes color. If the user guessed incorrectly, the rectangles will revert back to their original color, but if the user guessed correctly, the rectangles will remain unchanged, and the next puzzle will be revealed. I had to rework a portion of the original puzzle to make it compatible with the JavaFX elements, and as such, some aspects need some finishing touches, but it should be fully implemented by the end of the current sprint.